Servus, Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. I want to invite you today to take a little walk with me through this beautiful German landscape here. And while we're doing that, or while I'm doing that, I want to tell you a little bit more about how screwed the German middle class is. And once again, I know this is not unique to Germany. In a lot of other countries, you have similar things going on. So I want to expand a little bit on the video from yesterday. Maybe I want to state some things more clearly and try another angle. So, I said yesterday that we have high prices right now, high consumer prices. It really hits the average working class family a lot. People who have to commute to work, people who don't have a top income maybe, or people who didn't inherit a lot of wealth. So yeah, those people are struggling right now. And I said that it is a combination of yeah, um, a lot of demand right now because of a lot of redistribution of income, wealth redistribution, and also money printing. And this printed money, this European Central Bank money, these government bonds, the state financing that is going on at the European Central Bank or through the European Central Bank leads then to direct consumption because it goes to some welfare purpose or another. I said, for example, minimum wage was raised and also retirement payments were raised 5% in Germany and so on and so on, short labor, etc. So, but I want to really drive home the point today and expand on that, that workers or engineers or these middle class income people, they are screwed twice. And this is often forgotten. People just see that you pay a lot of taxes and when you redistribute income, then you have to take from someone and to give to the have-nots, of course. But that is not the only thing. I really want to emphasize this really, so to speak, for those people, very extreme, very evil mechanism that they're screwed or hit really twice in one go. So the act is the very same. You raise their taxes and you give it to someone else. Like, for example, I think over 300,000 Ukrainians just in a couple of weeks were accepted in Germany, and they're directly going into welfare. We call it Hartz IV. It's our welfare system. And of course, their children will go to school and they will need doctors and so on. And we, of course, still have those people from the Middle East and Africans and so on. And of course, our domestic welfare recipients also. So that is what is going on. And the funny thing now is, as I explained also yesterday, all these people, of course, they buy food. And that is, and they have houses and they have flats, apartments. And so the state takes taxpayers' money and rents apartments for these people. So, and I think maybe this is trivial. Maybe this whole video is a really dumb and trivial point. But what I'm trying to say is, not only are your taxes increased and in the future you will have to pay back all this, or you have inflation and your buying power is reduced, but these people, all these people that are the recipients of that redistribution of income, they are directly competing with working class families on the housing market, or when it comes to finding a doctor or a school, a kindergarten for their children, and also, well, at the supermarket. They're also buying tomatoes, and they're also buying flour, and they're also buying bread. So, yeah, they not only is that money taken out of your paycheck in the end, some way or another, but the prices that you have to pay are driven up by exactly those people that are buying things with your money. Yeah, and once again, maybe I'm playing Captain Obvious here, but I think that a lot of people don't really think about it that way. They only see, oh yeah, they take money from me and they give it to other people. But up until now, I think most Germans didn't realize that it also at the same time drives up the prices. And I hope, or well, I guess that maybe now some people will think about that and they will realize, hey, wait a second, this inflation, of course, it's not the only reason, but it has something to do with the demand side also. And once again, this is something that a lot of people haven't really realized, I think, that this is also something that is caused by these people. Because in previous decades, of course, we already had welfare and we already had this redistribution of income and we had all that. But we didn't have 300,000 new guys in a couple of weeks. The group of people that received these payments, well, it didn't change that rapidly, let's just say, okay? And that is something that, to my knowledge at least, is new now. It was new in 2015, and it is also, once again, through what's going on in Eastern Europe right now, it's happening, not again, it's happening on top of it. So these people are coming on top of what we already have to care for. And, well, if the camel's back doesn't break this time, it will break next time, probably. And yeah, that is just inevitable, I think. So, something to think about. And the other thing I want to mention also is the minimum wage thing. If you play a little bit with the numbers and you yeah calculate what people make before taxes and then after paying into social security systems and income tax and so on, you will find that an entry-level engineer in Germany, young entry-level engineer, makes before taxes round about, I would say, 60,000 euros a year. And then, after taxes, if he's a single engineer, single guy, he still has around about 36,000 after retirement insurance, health insurance, which is non-negotiable in Germany. This is directly deducted from your paycheck. Then in the end, he has 36,000 euros a year. If you assume someone with a 35-hour work week making minimum wage, you end up with like 20,000 euros a year. He will pay, or that person, single, once again, will pay round about 5,000 in taxes and social systems and so on. So he ends up with 15,000. So that means with a little more than 2 minimum wage workers, you could replace, if you consider after tax payments, you could replace 1 engineer. Of course, we know that this doesn't work. You cannot replace an engineer with someone who makes minimum wage. The assumption is, of course, that they are not hyper overqualified and still making minimum wage. So you don't have an engineering degree working for minimum wage. But from the perspective of the worker, from the perspective of the engineer, he gets a little bit more than twice of what a minimum wage worker makes. Let that sink in. A little bit more than twice he's able to keep after taxes and other payments. That is crazy. That is absolutely insane. Yeah. So you cannot replace an engineer with 2 minimum wage guys. Yeah. And even if you take before taxes, you have a factor of 3. Yeah. So minimum wage before taxes makes you a third of what an engineer makes. Yeah. Do you think, or what do you think is the motivation level of people who know about that? Of course, there might be a lot of people who don't even know about that, and they think, hey, yeah, I have to work hard for my corporation. But they don't realize that a guy making minimum wage right now is making a third, and he gets to keep a little less than half. So, and I'm talking now, minimum wage, of course, about people who have, not the highest qualifications, let's just say. All right, so that is just something I wanted to tell you. I hope you enjoyed this little walk with me and maybe some of these nice flowers here in Germany. And catch you guys again soon. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, does that focus? Oh, oh, naja. Alright. Servus, Kameraden.